What's up? Hey everybody, today I'm gonna make enchiladas and rice, and I'm gonna use the leftover carne guisada gravy from the last video that I made with the carne guisada recipe. So I have here all my ingredients. I use this Knorr caldo de tomate. It's tomato bouillon with chicken flavor, and I'm going to use ground comino, onion powder, garlic powder, tomato paste, 6 ounce of tomato paste, and I'm going to use a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I have white rice, and I have some Mission red corn tortillas.
And that's a 36 count?
36 count. I have 2 blocks of sharp cheddar cheese. I have 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, and 2 tomatoes. I have my cutting board, my knife, my little pot there with some oil so that way I can do my tortillas with. I have my spoon rest, my rest of my utensils here, pot, and all this stuff. The enchilada is going to go inside this red pan here.
As well as this one right here.
Yes. So those are all my ingredients and everything that I'm going to use to make my meal tonight, to make the enchiladas. Very simple, not a whole bunch of stuff. It's a few things, but it does make a great meal. You don't always have to have something very complicated in order to make a good meal. So first, I'm going to start off with the sauce, the enchilada sauce, and I'm going to make, I'm going to open this can to put inside the gravy. These out the way. I need to rinse these off.
And he already has the sauce going. It's heating up and it's on medium low.
I like to rinse off the cans before I open them. Whenever I get this stuff from the, you don't know who's touched it or what. There we go.
Use your garbage bowl.
Garbage bowl here. And I used most of it, but I don't want to add it all just yet, because I want to make sure that it's not going to be too much tomato flavor, because you don't want too much tomato flavor. You don't want it to overpower your beef flavor.
And that was tomato sauce, right?
Yes, that's tomato sauce. And I'm going to open this one here, the paste. Forgot to get a little spoon out. And we're going to take our tomato paste. I'm going to use the whole thing. And toss this in here. That's... Mix that in there. I'm used to using the cans as a spoon rest. And we're going to move this out the way. I'm going to mix all this in here. And you can see that there's still some carne guisada in there. You see there's still chunks of meat in there. And that'll just be like flavor. That's just pure flavor right there.
Instead of adding like hamburger meat, you'll have that extra, carne guisada left for your enchiladas.
So it's like an enchilada meat sauce. Just mix it. You just press down on it, and the meat will fall apart as you're pressing down on it, because it's so tender.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting in this, for the last day or two.
It's been marinating.
So it's been marinating. And that's a good marinade right there.
Yep.
I can feel a couple chunks in there. I'm just breaking them down. Let's make sure I get all that. Oh, look, see? It's like I'm fishing or something. So I'm looking for them chunks so I can break it down. And then sometimes you get clumps from the tomato paste if you don't make sure that you press down on it. And make sure you mix it all in there. So just make sure you mix it really good. Unless you like chunks, by all means.
Ah, the spoon rest.
Oh. See, habit. Habit.
Yep.
Okay. And next I'm going to add a little more garlic powder. Onion powder. And I'm going to add some chili powder.
And that's from the Dollar Tree.
About that much. Mix that in. That chili powder is what gives it that different flavor from carne guisada. It makes it a little more distinct flavor.
Makes it taste more like enchilada sauce than carne guisada gravy.
Exactly. And if you like it spicy, if you like a spicy sauce, then put a lot of that. But if you don't like it, or you like have stomach problems and stuff like that, you don't have to use so much, and it still will give it that distinct flavor. My mom said I used to tend to play with it too much. I always felt like I just needed to make sure it mixed really well. Okay guys, I am adding salt and pepper. If you want to take a look. I like to add halfway decent amount to give it a more flavor. And I'm also going to add the rest of this tomato paste, sauce. Because I tasted it and it could use it. So I'm going to mix all that in. And I'm going to let it just simmer on a very low heat. Once it started warming up after that, now I'm just going to let it simmer and get all those flavors to blend. That chili powder really does, it makes a difference when you add that chili powder.
Yep.
And I just tasted it and it needed a little bit more, so I'm going to add that little bit more. That's it. A little goes a long way. There are certain spices that are very strong. Cumin, chili powder, paprika. Those are pretty strong. People like a lot, people like a little, so put it to your heart. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make my tortillas nice and soft by dipping them in oil. I have some vegetable oil here, and I'm going to dip my Mission Red Corn tortillas in them. It's a 36 count, so we have 36 enchiladas. Sometimes there's more. Sometimes you get a few extra tortillas in there. So sometimes you have a few extra enchiladas.
Yay! I love that. Can't wait. His enchiladas are so good, guys. So good. Y'all definitely need to try out this recipe. You won't be disappointed.
That. And I'm going to move this out of the way. I like to use a spatula and a fork. Some people like to use tongs. My mom used 2 forks. I see people just use a spatula on different things. People are comfortable with different types of tools, so use what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable using it, it's not going to come out right.
Mm-hmm.
And all I do is drop it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I count to 4. I pick it up, hold it, let it drip, and voila. A few seconds, that's it.
So you only count to 4 and it's done.
Yes.
You just want to soften
1,
it up,
2, 3,
right?
4. You just want to soften it up. You don't want to get it hard. You don't want to get it tostada, crispy, or nothing like that.
Yeah, because you won't be able to roll it.
No.
It'll tear.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one went a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Then it takes a good little while to do these. And we will be back with you in a few. Okay, guys, we're back. We finished doing our tortillas. And we let them sit for a little bit so that way they're not so hot. You know, burning yourself all up, you know.
Yep.
You know, so we let them sit there and we're going to do the rice now. I'm going to cut the vegetables to do the rice. And one thing, I didn't learn how to do vegetables until I actually like moved out on my own. I wasn't very good at it when I was younger. I thought I was going to end up cutting my fingers off or something. Because I didn't have very good knife work. But watching other people and practicing in different restaurants, I've worked in different restaurants. So it helped me with my knife skills. It helped me, you know, learn different kinds of recipes and stuff like that. And see how other people cook. Because you can pick things up from different places. You'd be surprised. I've worked at little hole-in-the-wall places that had some of the best food ever. And I've worked at high-class places that had some of the worst food, you know? So, it really depends on the person and the love that you put into your food. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to get what you put into it. And I'm going to cut them about this big. I usually cut it about that big. I like to leave them kind of decent size. I'm going to just leave them like that for now. And then I'm going to cut...
Cut the onion first, babe.
The
Remember?
onion. Want to do the onion?
Yeah, because the tomato has all those juices.
Oh, that's right. You made that mistake last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? Good thing to have 2 heads in the kitchen, right? There you go. Saner minds prevail.
Yep.
And we'll peel all this stuff off here. Uh-oh, is it going to make me cry again? Am I going to give another Academy Award performance?
I know, right? He's the Academy Award.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use only half of it. Because I'm only doing 1 cup of rice. So for 1 cup of rice, I think we'd be okay with only half an onion.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that'll be good enough right there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to save this. Then we're going to go to the messy tomatoes. Well, so far, not too bad. You want them big or you want them...
I like to cut them like in fours. Like down the middle and then the other way. Yeah, there we go. Like that.
Force it is.
Mm-hmm.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yep, you got that right.
I heard somebody say that somewhere sometime one time. Can't remember where. don't know if it was band camp.
Okay, band camp.
Oh wait, couldn't be band camp. Never been to band camp. That was my son. He's the one who went to band camp. And there we go.
Veggies are nice and cut up.
Nice and cut. Now I need to wash my hands. Always wash my hands.
I'm gonna pause it.
Okay guys, we are gonna make the rice. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brown my rice. It actually gives it a different flavor when you brown the rice. And you wanna do it pretty high heat. You want a medium high, because you want it to get hot. I'm gonna pour. I usually eyeball it. Don't need a lot. About there.
About a
That's
tablespoon.
I'm gonna let that get hot. Just give it a few seconds. Doesn't really take that long for that small amount to get hot. Now if you have a whole bunch of oil, yeah, it's going to take a while because it's thick and it takes a while to warm up. I think that should be good. And I have 1 cup of white rice.
Long grain.
Pour that in. I'm going to mix that around. And let the oil get in all the rice. Be careful when you're banging this, when the rice, if it's very hot, and you bang it, the rice can pop off and it burns. It sticks to you too. So what I'll do is I'll
Give it a
give
shimmy
it a little
shake. Shimmy shake, like Rachel Ray says.
And just want to even it out a little. Give it a few seconds. I usually count to about 30 in my head. I usually give about a 30 count, between 25 and 30 count. Then I'm going to start mixing it around again. You want to take off the bottom that's been cooking. You can see it turning white. You can smell it. There we go. Nice and evened out. The sauce, the enchilada sauce, only took about 30 to 35 minutes of blending with the tomato sauce. So that's all you really need. After that, you're going to start burning it, because that sauce has been cooking already for a long time with the carne guisada. So you're just really trying to blend in those new flavors that you added to it. The chili powder and the tomato sauce, the garlic and onion. If you want, you can add a little bit of comino. If you have to add like extra water to make more out of it, you can add water and then just throw in all the spices all over again. And you can make more sauce that way. Add in some more tomato sauce.
And here is the finished product. Doesn't that look so good, guys? Yummy.
Mix this around. And you want to get like a slight brown on your rice. You want to start seeing a little brown rice here and there. I don't like to leave my rice white, because to me I feel like it's not cooked. And the ratio for water to rice is 1 cup of rice, and you're going to do 2 cups of water. For every cup of rice, you double it. So let's say you do 3/4 cup of rice. Well, you're going to do 1.5 cup of water.
Or if you do 2 cups of rice, it'll be 4 cups of water.
That's right. There we go. He's starting to. You can see that brown in there.
Yep, starting to toast pretty good.
See it toasting up, nice and toasty. You can smell it too.
Yep.
smell the rice toasting up. It's like a char smell.
Yep.
And when you add water to this, because you're gonna have to add water to this with the tomato sauce and all that. When you add it to it, when it's hot, it'll bubble up because you got hot oil in here and you're adding water to hot oil, so it'll sizzle up. So add it kind of slowly at first before you just pour it in, and it'll fall out everywhere. There we go. That's it right there. That's the toast I want right there.
That's what
See that brown? That's what I was looking for. You don't want it too dark. You don't want it white. That's what I was looking for right there.
Yep.
Turn that off. And I need tomato sauce. Okay, guys. So now back to the rice. We are going to add water. 2 cups of water. I tend to use warm water because this can overflow.
So you're adding 2 cups of water, right?
2 cups of water. That's 1 cup. And there's 2 cups. And I'm going to add
8 ounce, right?
This is an 8 ounce of tomato sauce, but I'm only going to use that much because the tomato bouillon is also going to give it tomato flavor. So you don't want it to be too tomatoey. Plus you also have fresh tomatoes going in the rice. So I'm going to add tomato bouillon.
And that's tomato chicken bouillon.
Tomato chicken bouillon.
By core.
It's about that much.
About a tablespoon?
About a tablespoon. I'm going to put garlic powder. About there. A little bit more. A little more garlic never hurt no one. Some onion. I kind of like onion, even though we're putting fresh onion. And the cominos. Of course, gotta put cominos. There we go. And then we're gonna stir. This would be the only time I stir my rice. When you make rice, you do not stir your rice.
What about salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper, yes. I gotta add, and I'm gonna add salt and pepper. Lots of pepper. We like lots of pepper. Well, Kimberly loves pepper.
Yeah, I do.
She could basically live off pepper, you know. A little bit of salt. Don't want to put too much. The tomato bouillon is already going to be salty. I'm going to mix this all up. And that is all you have to do. You're just going to let them sit and simmer, and
It'll cook for about 20 minutes with the lid on. So we're going to grab a lid.
so I have the lid, and I am going to lower the fire to a low simmer. You want it very low because you don't want it to burn. You want a very low fire. Then you're going to leave it like a little bit open so that that water has a nice room to come out, has a good room to breathe. You get rid of all that. And that is going to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, give or take. And when you cook rice at the very end, what we're going to do is we're going to leave the lid on and just make sure there's a little bit of water left and just let it steam itself at the very end. And that'll also make it nice and fluffy.
Yeah, turn off the fire and all that.
So we're going to leave it that way for about 20-25 minutes. And while we're doing that, I'm going to roll the tortillas and the enchiladas. And we are going to start here we go. get comfortable here. And we just start rolling. Get rolling with it. Okay, guys, what I did was I put a little bit of sauce on the bottom so that way your enchiladas don't stick and start burning. You know, they can burn the tortillas and get all crispy and hard because you made them in oil. You know, so that oil will crisp up. So I'm gonna add about that much cheese. You don't have to put a lot. And you're just gonna tuck, you fold, you tuck it in, and roll with it. There we go. Let me do that, and bam. That's one enchilada. And we work our way through. And the good thing about enchiladas, when you make these, the tortillas, they can be all torn and messed up and everything, and it doesn't matter because they're just gonna get rolled up and cooked. And they're gonna get eaten. Get all smashed up. Doesn't matter. That's all you gotta do. That's it. Very easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. Okay, guys, he's gonna finish rolling, and we'll be back to you in just a second.
So we are almost done. We're towards the end already. We have our enchiladas that are rolled already. My wife and I, thank you, Kimberly.
You're very welcome.
For helping me with that. I'm gonna put some sauce on there, and this is a very meaty sauce. That's what I like about it. You don't have to brown any hamburger meat or anything like that because it's already in the enchilada sauce. I like healthy portions of sauce. And then sometimes you'll find a nice little chunk, little surprise, like, you know.
A carne guisada
A
meat.
piece of carne guisada meat. That's a great surprise right there. Nice little leftover from the other night.
Yeah.
And all of this is made from, well, not made from, but all this sauce is leftover sauce from the carne guisada. That's all it is. Here we go. I like to put a lot.
Yeah, we love a lot of
I
sauce.
like a lot of sauce, so I'm going to pour it on there.
And there's going to be leftover sauce, so that way when the enchiladas come out the oven, if you want more sauce, you'll have more sauce, you know, to add it to your enchiladas.
That's right.
Because I love to add more sauce when they come out of the oven, too. I don't like dry, you know, enchiladas.
Not at all.
I like them to be saucy.
Saucy. Yeah, I'll make these here. Bam. And then we're going to toss some cheese. Spread some love on there. Cheese is like pure love. It's just awesome.
And keep in mind, you do want to use block cheese instead of bag cheese, because block cheese gives your enchiladas, it's more like creamier and it's not as greasy. Because that bag cheese tends to be, it's processed and it's
Very
greasy.
oily, very oily, and it doesn't hold very well. It doesn't even melt right.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't give you a creaminess at all. You know, this block cheese, I prefer this over
Yes,
any
me
kind
too.
of processed bag cheese. You know, it takes a little more work, but it's worth it.
It didn't take me that long to grate it.
No, not at all.
About 10 minutes, if even that.
She's good. I'm gonna make sure I get every spot over here. Make sure I use all of this.
Don't waste any of that cheese.
Not at all. You know, that ooey gooey goodness gonna go everywhere. Look at that. Get all that up in there.
Yeah.
Don't lose nothing.
Yeah, I'll take the bowl, babe.
Nope.
Put it in the sink.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna cover this with foil, and we're gonna let them cook for about 25 minutes. Then we're gonna take the foil off and let it kind of toast the cheese a little more. And when the cheese is nice and brown and melted, a little bit toasted on top, then we'll pull it out and it's ready to eat. And when we are done, we'll show you the finished product.
And guys, here is the rice. It is almost done. Looks like that. The water is almost evaporated for us to turn off. It has to go a little bit longer, then we'll turn it off and let it finish cooking with the steam. Be back in a second.
Hey guys, so this is the finished product. Right here. We had it in the oven for about 30 minutes.
There's that one, and then here's the other one.
Second batch right there.
So good.
And we also have some fresh onions for Kimberly and Jordan who like fresh onions with it. Let's go ahead and take a couple of these out. Ooh. Oh, dang.
We normally let it sit for like 5 minutes, but we are starving, so we're just going to plate up.
Yeah, we're just kind of digging in because everybody's been waiting patiently for a while. I'm going to grab 2 there. Ooh.
What about the rice, babe?
Oh, the rice.
Yeah. Did you forget about the rice?
We have rice too.
There's the rice.
And
Yummy.
where's the spoon for the rice?
Right there in the draining board. You got to add some more sauce to yours too.
Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, nice and fluffy. Yeah. Look at that. All right. Add a little bit of that to the plate.
And we're going to add some more sauce too. You gonna get the spoon for the sauce?
No, I'm gonna just take a quick bite of this.
Oh, okay.
Try this out real quick.
Tell us what you think.
Oh my god, that is so good. That is so good right there. Alright, gonna have to take another bite. I'm gonna have to get ready to take a few more bites. But this stuff is like so good.
Nothing like homemade cooking.
Ooh. Nice and hot though. Be careful with the cheese. Mm-hmm. If you don't let it sit, that cheese will burn. Mm-hmm.
How's the rice?
Let's try out this rice.
Came out perfect?
So good. Perfect. Nice and tender. It's not mushy. There's not no hard bits. Came out really good. Now I think I'm just gonna keep eating.
If y'all like this video, make sure y'all give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future uploads. And if y'all make this video, if y'all make this recipe, let us know. And hope y'all enjoy it. Talk to you guys in our next video. Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.